between 10 and 20, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to lose. 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you've only got 100 years to live. I'm 33 for a moment, I'm still a man, but you see I'm a they, a kid on the way, a family on my mind. I'm 45 for a moment, the sea is high and I'm heading into a crisis, chasing the years of my life. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to lose yourself within a morning star. 15, I'm alright with you. 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you've only got 100 years to live. Time goes by, suddenly you're wise. Another blink of an eye, 67 is gone, the sun is getting high, we're moving on. I'm 99 for a moment, I'm dying for just another moment, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. 15, there's still time for you. 22, I feel her too. 33, you're on your way. Every day's a new day. Ooh, ooh. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to choose. Hey, 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you've only got 100 years to live.
Next up, we have our senior student speaker, Mr. Luke Truitt.
Thank you. Well, I should probably start by saying congratulations, we made it. Woo. Now, for those of you who were here last year, you heard Mr. Mardig give an eloquently delivered and rigorously prepared speech about how we are getting an award for just showing up. And you know, there is some truth in that. I mean, as far as school itself goes, that formula may have worked for many of us. But this diploma is about more than just showing up. It's about more than just taking a class, than just passing a test. It's those awkward South dances. It's struggling through the pacer in jeans. It's George Nolan knocking out in 8th grade Logan Alshire on the slopes of Powder Ridge. Charles Darwin, or as I affectionately refer to him as Chuck, articulated a theory known as evolution, regarding how plants and animals undergo millions of years of trial and error, determining which version of themselves is most likely to succeed in the world. And these last 17 or 18 years has been us learning from our mistakes. Maybe not right away, but eventually, trying new versions of ourselves to become more successful in the world. And when I look out over this sea of graduates, I can't help but thinking that high school has been the foundation for the rest of our lives. But we do have more to celebrate tonight than just us. 100 years ago, Mr. Boats was born. No. 100 years ago, Tech High School was established. And although the constant jokes of Tech's disrepair do have merit, there is something to be said about lasting so long. Tech High School was once an innovative place. It was new and shiny and original. It has served us well, and it has had its place. But if we remain stagnant, we fall behind and let the world pass us by. This new building is symbolic of our lives and the need to keep pace with change. Now, 100 years is a very long time. How long? Well, in 1917, 8% of all Americans owned landline telephones. Today, well, still probably only 8% own landline telephones, but over 80% own smartphones, ones with more computing power than the rocket that flew the first man to the moon. Or how about the major innovation of 1917, the toggle light switch? The best innovations of the first 6 months of 2017, baby mop, knitted beard hat, and the ability to edit our genetic code. But that might not have happened without the light switch, so there's that. This week, in 1917, American forces landed in Europe for the first time, marking the beginning of the end of a devastating world war. And those Americans who took the first steps into Europe fought to secure the American dream, the ability to pursue your dream, no matter the obstacle that you face getting there. The ability to innovate, and not only to innovate in business or technology, but to innovate yourself. And yes, for those of you who know me, that does not sound like something I would normally say. It's a little too out there. But we have to keep moving forward. We don't have a choice. The world doesn't stop changing around us, so why should we? Our cars get faster, our phones get cheaper. Door 6 just keeps getting harder to open. So, in the wise words of philosopher and poet Kanye West, we must become harder, better, faster, stronger if we wish to be successful in this world. And just as we grow with age, we must strive to evolve. In the beginning, we might not be so good, but over time, we get better. In the beginning, yikes, but we get better. In the beginning, we might be a little awkward, but we evolve into something better. So take a look at the version of yourself that you are right now. And in a few months, look back and ask yourself, have I evolved? Have I become a better version of myself? And, well, if you haven't, man, I'm sorry, Dorn. As it turns out, our lives are just mini versions of Darwin's evolutionary theory. We must consistently evolve, but if we don't, we're left behind. You've all heard the saying, good things come to those who wait, right? But good things don't come to those who wait. Good things come to those who can change, who take action to change, and don't wait for change to come to them. Physicist William Pollard once said that without change, there is no innovation, creativity, or incentive for improvement. And without change, we can't hope to create a better future. It is no longer up to your parents, to your teachers, your coaches, to determine where you live, what you study, where you go, and what you do. You, or we decide if we are going to evolve, if we are going to improve. When the years pass and, yikes, we're old and gray and 20 pounds overweight. It is possible to look back and be glad that we didn't live a shoulda, coulda, woulda life if we were just given the chance. 20 years from now, this is what tech's gonna look like. Here's what I'm supposed to look like. I really hope not, but maybe. Here's what Mr. Boats is gonna look like. What would a graduation speech be without Mr. Boats? But class of 2017, our chance is before us now. And I know many of you are probably thinking we are just some random high school in the middle of Minnesota. Why do we even matter? Can't do anything to change the world. But as former President Barack Obama reminds us, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're number 1 in our class or number 351, whether you are the best athlete to ever go through tech or a subpar athlete. What matters is who you want to be. If you work hard, if you continue to learn, if you strive to constantly be better, you will not be that person left behind by the world. You will be the one guiding it. Thank you. Congratulations, and roll Tigers.